Hello, 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 and welcome to Courageously Kind. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Liz. We're twin sisters and best friends.
Together, we share stories of especially kind humans doing especially kind things, in hopes that these conversations motivate and inspire you to be kinder to yourself and others. When we're not speaking with an incredible guest, we'll speak directly from our hearts about what it means to us to be courageously kind. Well, hello, 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 and welcome back, or welcome to Courageously Kind. Y'all, okay, full disclosure, usually our episodes air on Sundays. This episode is not airing on Sunday. This episode is airing on a Monday because we had a crazy, awesome week last week, and we didn't get to record, so we're doing it now. Why did we have a crazy week last week, Liz?
Oh my gosh. So last week was Kindness Week on our college campus at Marywood University. And it was Maddie and I basically running a week-long event full of different activities and interactive activities for students. All to spread kindness and to spread gratitude to our community.
Yes. So let's go back a couple months.
Makes a little,
going back a couple of months, we kind of sort of wanted to plan something on campus, to physically do something on our college campus that had to do with kindness and sort of bringing like the mission of the podcast to a physical place and being able to do activities with students, alongside of students, to I guess promote kindness and to provide them with easy, simple, quick, fast, free ways that they can get involved with spreading kindness to our campus and to our greater community. And so we had some really awesome faculty members that approached us and said, what if we did something along the lines of, it was going to be a month. A month worth.
Can you imagine? Oh my god.
Yeah. It was amazing, but we were so exhausted. I can't imagine doing it for a whole month.
No.
I mean, that would have been awesome, but
so cool.
Later on down the line,
yeah.
when we now that we know what we're doing too, I'm sure it'll be easier in the years to come. But anyway, so we had some really awesome faculty members approach us and say, do you want to plan something like this? And we were like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what we want to do. And we had a lot of support and encouragement from our faculty, which was awesome. I mean, we were having meetings like every other week to chat about this stuff and to plan, and everybody had like contacts for things, and it was that was really, really helpful. Should we break it down day by day and talk about what we did and how we did it?
Yeah.
Our goal, our hope, is that this is going to become an annual thing on campus, and that next year we can improve upon things, we can do things even better. But also, an idea that we had, maybe going forward, is to put together some sort of like packet or folder full of everything we did and how we did it, so that maybe you can bring it to your high school, your middle school, your college, your office, your community, that sort of thing. So you can sort of take Kindness Week and do your own spin on it, because that would be awesome.
That'd be so cool. And I'll talk about this a little bit more when we get to our Friday recap. But the whole goal of this whole kindness movement, we'll call it, is to have it spread.
Yeah.
You know, like Maddie and I can do what we do here on our campus, but we want it to be much bigger than ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we're only two people, we can only do so much, but if we all work together, we can do crazy and amazing things. So anyway, we'll break it down day by day, what we did, how we did it, and at some point, we hope, probably this summer when we have time, to consolidate all this information and maybe have it available like on our website for you to be able to find it and download it for free there.
Yeah.
So, we started on Monday with our sticky note wall, which was such a success. I'm so glad we did that on the first day.
Me too.
And we did it in a location that was so visible to almost everybody on campus. we did it in our school's library, and we have big glass windows on the front of our library. It's called the Learning Commons, but it's really just a library where people hang out and get food and do their homework and stuff. And I'm glad we did it right there, sort of front and center. It was kind of a visual representation of, like, this is what's happening. We're working on this project. And it also was just really beautiful. We had all really different colored sticky notes.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. And yeah, so that was our first day. We had students stop by during the day and write kind or uplifting or encouraging messages, and then they could put it on the sticky note wall for everybody who passed through that building to see.
And we also had you guys write sticky notes. We put on our social medias that we were collecting kind messages. And so thank you. If you wrote one, I promise you it's on that window.
Yes.
And I think this week our goal was to have people take them.
Yeah.
As they wish. Take whatever they need.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'd be really cool. So that was all of day one. We sat with a table and we had people stop by and write sticky notes. Another really important thing to mention is that we had some really awesome student volunteers that helped us. We could not take a whole week off of classes and things. This week has been crazy, especially with finals coming up. So having student volunteers that could cover the table while we couldn't was so helpful.
So important. Yeah.
A huge shout out to everybody who helped us out with that. That was really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was day one. On days 2 and 3, we did card making tables. So we had 2 types of cards. We had thank you cards for support staff on campus. So that went to dining, maintenance, housekeeping, and campus safety staff. We emailed their boss and got a rough number of how many we needed. So that was one half of our table, and the other half of the table was greeting cards for nursing home residents at Marywood Heights, which is actually a retirement home / like assisted living facility that's actually on our campus, which is pretty cool. And I feel like not a lot of students really know that is here and that they are a part of our community, so that was really cool to get to sort of bridge that gap a little bit.
Yeah.
There's also a residence here on Marywood's campus as well called Our Lady of Peace, which houses retired religious sisters, which is awesome. So we made cards for them too. That was a lot. We had to make 300 cards in total. And it's hard when students are on the go. They don't necessarily have time to sit down and write out a whole card. So what we did is we sort of decorated some of them and had students just fill them in. We also made a bunch of cards ourselves.
We did.
But that's okay. We were able to, we had plenty. We had more than we needed, which was great. But that was a huge undertaking. And again, huge thank you to people who stopped by. We had people stop by for hours and help us make cards, which was awesome. And our student volunteers who helped run the card making table were amazing too. During those days, we also had leftover sticky notes available for students who wanted to write a kind message on a sticky note and put it on our wall. Maybe they didn't get to it on Monday, or maybe they just had some more ideas and wanted to write them down. And I really thought that was a great idea too, because we could see the wall grow throughout the week, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, and then on Thursday, we had Random Act of Kindness Day. Maddie and I wrote out 300 random acts of kindness that students could take and then do. And it was so cool that I was not expecting. Students would come up and grab one, and I'm expecting, they read it and they put it in their pocket. Okay, have a nice day.
Yeah.
See you later, bye. They were doing the challenges as soon as they read them.
As soon as they could.
So many people picked up the one that said, hold the door open for someone, and they were running to the door to hold the door open for someone as soon as they read it. And I thought it was so cool and unexpected.
You know what was awesome, too, is, we would have kids, like you said, do them instantly, but then they would run over and grab another one. Another one. And we had kids stop by, multiple times throughout the day, and that was awesome. That was so cool. And it was so exciting to see them get so excited about wanting to spread a little kindness on their campus.
Yes.
And then Friday was kind of our grand finale.
It was.
We have to have, we have to say a huge, huge, huge thank you and shout out to Wegmans for donating 500 flowers.
Oh my God, yes.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
So our plan was, in addition to the cards that we were dropping off at the retirement communities, we also wanted to drop off flowers. If we could do cards and flowers, that would be awesome. And so we filled out a donation form on Wegmans' website, and we kind of crossed our fingers and held our breath, and they responded to me a week earlier and said that they were willing to donate 500 flowers, which is exactly what we asked for, which was
incredible.
Absolutely incredible. We walked in and a faculty member of ours grabbed them and set them up in a room for us to sort out, and everything in the room just smelled so fragrant. It was awesome.
It was so amazing. And our volunteers were so amazing too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Everybody that came to help us out, we had to sort all the flowers and divide them all up, but then it magically worked out that we had enough cars to take to each location.
Yeah.
It was magical. It's the only way I can describe it.
It was magical, and be able to drop off those flowers, to be able to carry in these giant bouquets of flowers and drop them off was awesome. And it was awesome to see our volunteers getting so excited. It was awesome that we actually had a bunch left over, delivered them to the places we were delivering them to, and we were able to just hand them out.
That was so fun.
To random people on campus that were hanging out.
Anybody we saw got a flower.
It was awesome, and I think that was, dare I say, the most fun.
I think it was my favorite day, I think.
I think it was my favorite day, too. It was so awesome.
It was so cool to see, too, all of our students and friends that helped us out, giving them a bouquet, and then saying, okay, now you go. We all kind of, it felt like a chain reaction a little bit of we have these huge bouquets, okay, let's split them all up. Now you go take a handful, and everybody goes in a different direction. It really was like a physical manifestation of what kindness can look like.
Yeah.
If you're kind to somebody else, if you give someone a flower, it's not like if you give a mouse a cookie. I love that book.
If you get a kid a flower,
he'll give one to somebody else, and it's true. It's so cool.
True. That was awesome. I think, that was by far my favorite day. It was awesome. Again, we are going to compile a bunch of these resources. We're going to put together a plan of every single thing we did and how we did it.
Maybe some new ideas, too.
Yeah, maybe some new ideas, for sure. We were really, really lucky to have almost everything donated. A little bit of money in a club budget, and that club was the Marywood Media Group, which we are a part of through the Woodward, things like that. Through our major, we're a part of that club. And they had some money in their budget, which was awesome, and we were so grateful for them sharing that with us. And that went toward things like we bought some candy, so we had candy out on the card tables, and Post-it notes, markers, supplies, things like that. But again, a lot of these are things that you might have access to
that you can do
at your school.
No cost, little to no cost.
Yes. Yeah. We made cards, but we had, they were pretty much all construction paper, so that was awesome. Sticky notes, again, and flowers were donated.
Our mom donated a bunch of cards, too.
Our mom did donate a bunch of cards.
Mom.
A bunch of thank you cards, yes. Thanks, Mom. Shout out, Mom. So yeah, that was awesome, and yeah, again, we're going to compile all of these resources for you. Eventually, we will update you when that is all put together. It's going to be a couple weeks because we have finals. 2 more weeks, and then we have finals, and that came so incredibly fast.
Yeah, it's wild.
So incredibly fast.
Wild.
So that is what we are going to be up to for the next couple weeks. But we still got some more awesome episodes coming out for you.
We do.
In the coming weeks. We have a really cool interview coming out next week that we are so excited about. We actually talked to, I guess we could say, his name is Brian, and he is kind of tackling a really cool project, which is to do 30 acts of kindness, 30 gigantic acts of kindness before he turns 30. Which is awesome. We actually talked to him before Kindness Week, and so I had him in mind as we were sort of tackling these projects and thinking about all of the work that he has put into making a really kind and positive impact on his community. So that was awesome. And we can't wait for you to hear that interview next week.
Woohoo!
Until then, thank you for all the love and encouragement and support during Kindness Week. I would say it was totally a success. I feel so proud of the work we were able to do. And so proud of the students that helped us.
Oh my gosh, yeah. None of this would have been possible
without their support and their help and their donation of their time, really. A huge thank you to all the faculty members that supported us and encouraged us and helped us throughout the planning of this process. And also huge thank you to our marketing department here at Marywood. They were able to set us up with some local news organizations that shared our story. And hopefully will inspire other people in other places of our community, of our state, to maybe spread some kindness of their own. So a huge thank you to WNEP, to WBRE, and to Sarah from the Scranton Times for sharing this story and sharing our message of kindness. You guys rock. It's so great to connect with you, and thank you again. We can't thank you enough. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you back here real soon. Bye.
We'd like to give a huge thank you to Anna Waltz Landscape Contracting for their support of Courageously Kind.
Anna Waltz is a family-owned landscape contracting company in Berks County that has served Pennsylvania for over 35 years.
If you're ready to get your landscaping project started, visit annawaltzlandscape.com or call 610-916-7070.
Anna Waltz Landscape Contracting, beautifying Pennsylvania 1 yard at a time.
Thank you so much for listening. If you like this episode, feel free to share it with your friends, your family, or anyone you think might like it too.
And if you want to support the show, leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It really does help. Or check out our merch store at courageouslykind.org. Take good care, and we'll see you back here real soon.